Hey y'all, this is week one of the week one update for the Million Dollar Experiment. And I'm very pleased to say that we've had a great start to the trading. In particular, we had 5 trades this week, one each day. We made a total of 50 handles, 50 points on the micro ES. That in each point is worth $5. We made $250. It so happens that our goal for the entire month was $249. So in 4 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we achieved the entire month's objective. And so that's good news. And what we did is we took that $250 of profit, we put it to one side, and then we decided to trade for the remainder of the month in a simulation account. Because what often happens is you have a really good period of time where you end up getting quite far ahead, and then you end up going and giving it back as you start to do one trade after another where you have a loss. And so what's interesting is I've seen this movie before where you end up in a situation where you're suddenly up, you end the first week up 50 handles. Then the next week you have a couple of trades where you take 2 full losses of minus 15 each, and suddenly you're only up 20 handles. And then in the third week, you make you have one profitable trade, and then you have another loss or two. And you end up at the end of 3 weeks down a minus 20. And so you enter the fourth week minus 20, and somehow you have to come up with the best week you've ever had of plus 70 to make up for the 20 deficit plus the 50 you're supposed to achieve for the whole month, and you end up in a situation where you can't do it. And so you end up in the month with far, far less than you're supposed to. I don't want that to happen. So what we're going to do here is we've decided to take the win, the $250, which is our profit, our planned profit for the month. We're not going to put that at risk. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to continue to trade every day, but we're going to trade on a simulation account, and we're going to see how we do for the rest of the month. Now, if it turns out that we do exceedingly well, then maybe, and we can do that month over month for say 3 months, then we may look at this and say one of the modifications we should make to our strategy is maybe we should increase our profit targets for the month going forward. But it's way too early to make that determination now after 1 week. So we're going to stick with what our plan is, which is we're going to make 8.3% on our account balance. So we've done that already. We're going to continue on and see what happens. Now, interesting point, we had 4 profitable trades, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but today we put on a trade where it looked a lot like we were going to take a full loss. We came really close to being stopped out for the minus 15. And that would have been rather unfortunate. As it turns out, we were lucky in the sense that we recognized this wasn't going the way we wanted, and we were able to get out even. So it ended up being a $0 trade today, but very nearly a full loss. So, and that's an example of, well, this is what happens. You get up a bit, but then you end up giving some of it back. And so we didn't want that to happen. Hence the decision to not put that, since we've achieved our objective for the month, let's not put that at risk. Let's trade sim going forward for the rest of the month, see how we do. In any case, we did 5 trades, 5 wins, 4 wins actually. I should amend that. 4 wins and 1 even, and we ended up with the 250. Now in the growth engine, we allocated $2,000 to the growth engine for the month. The problem is none of the stocks that I want to trade are trading at $20 or less. And of course, when you sell a cash secured put on a stock, you have to be able to put up enough money to buy 100 shares of that stock. So in other words, the price limit for any cash secured put would be a stock with a price of $20 or less. Now, I don't want to take a stock that I don't really believe in just because it's cheap. So I would rather wait for a month or 2 or even 3 to get the amount of money available, because we're putting in $2,000 each month for the first 6 months. I want to get to a level where I can actually afford to sell a put on a really good company. And so I'm not in a hurry to try to get into that if it doesn't make sense. So there's no activity right now in the growth engine, and because the growth engine throws off the return, and we take a portion of that and put it to the accumulation engine, we have no trade there either, and that's fine. That's probably going to be the case for the first number of months, and that's fine. to begin with, it's the income engine that will be doing most of the work and the thing that we have the most to report on. So there's that. Let's move on. I want to talk, I just want to introduce, if this is the first time you've seen this update and you want to see the exact plan and blueprint that we're following in our experiment to turn $60,000 into $1 million plus a $20,000 a month income in 5 years, you're welcome to download it. We have it available completely free on our website. Just go to the link that's shown on the screen, or it's in the video description as well, and go ahead and download it. Just remember, this is an experiment. We don't know how this is going to turn out, so be extra careful if you decide to do this with your own money. And that's it for now. I'll talk to you some more next week.